Guys, let's look at some of the head coaching spots I think are going to be vacant and who's going to fill them. But for Saturday, I was doing extra credit finals week this week, so I'm sorry for not putting out the video. Let's go. I think Mike McCarthy and Mike Smith get taken off the list. I don't think they're going to get fired. Apparently, there's a report that Smith won't get fired. Mike McCarthy's winning now, and he has a chance to make the playoffs, so I don't think he's going to get fired. I actually think the Packers win that division. Houston, I don't think goes with Wade Phillips. I think they go with Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien will definitely have a game plan. He always had a very good game plan for Tom Brady. He has a pretty good team with Penn State. He made Matt McGloin good enough to come to Oakland and make him a starter. So, I mean, he works well with quarterbacks. He works well with offense. And I think that's what Houston really needs is an offense to go with their defense. Next, Oakland. I think they replaced Dennis Allen with a better, more savvy defensive coordinator with Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer has his defensive have been off the charts. He always makes a defensive scheme that can go out there and win the game for their team. They just need, Andy Dalton to perform. But I think Mike Zimmer replaces Dennis Allen because I don't think John Gruden comes back this year. And then next, New York. I think Hugh Jackson will replace Rex Ryan because that defense can stay in place and won't have, as much of the mixed play calls as much as it would normally have with Rex Ryan. But I think they can do it still pretty well with just bringing pressure. And offensively, they need to create some offense. And I think with Hugh Jackson, the way he ran Oakland, the way he has always been an offensive coordinator, he's always made trick plays to where you can create offense with nothing. So I like Hugh Jackson replacing Rex Ryan. And then Detroit, Ken Wisenhunt, I think is going to replace Jim Schwartz. I think Jim Schwartz will be gone. He'll lose the division, and they're going to be pissed because, how much more do you have other than Jay Cutler and Aaron Rodgers being out to try and take a huge lead in the division? I think they lose tonight. I think they lose the division, and Jim Schwartz is gone. Ken Wisenhunt has made Philip Rivers not turn the ball over. That's a problem with Matt Stafford. He's made the offense to push it down the field. He adjusts, with Philip Rivers this year, there are not as many down the field plays as he had in Arizona, but it shows he can adjust. So I think Ken Wisenhunt replaces Jim Schwartz in Detroit. And then for Dallas, I think Monte Kiffin's gone. I think Bill Callahan's gone. I think that whole coaching staff's gone. And they bring in a young guy. I think they bring in Ray Horton for his first chance to be a head coach, to build his own team, to build that defense, because wherever he's gone, the defense has been good. Arizona as a defensive coordinator, Cleveland, even before his assistants, he's always had a good defense. And that's what they really need. Their offense can move, they can get production, it's just their defense has to get stops. And then Minnesota, I think they go Greg Roman out of San Francisco. Greg Roman loves San Francisco, so it's going to be a hard bid. But you get Adrian Peterson, you have a pretty good offensive line, you have really good receivers, and he's worked well with quarterbacks. Alex Smith, Colin Kaepernick, he's made offenses work, so I think that's what they'll do. And then next, Tennessee, I think they get Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith, when you think about him, you think about Tampa 2, you think about linebackers that can cover, think about back ends that can be set alone, or it can go into cover 2, or whatever. You think about a defensive front that can get after the quarterback with just a pass rush of 4, and really that's what Lovie Smith did in Chicago for so long, and that's what I think they can do at Tennessee. So that's why I think Lovie Smith goes there. And then Washington, I think they get Darrell Bevell out of Seattle. He's working with Russell Wilson, so he works with a quarterback that has mobility. I think he can switch up the game plan for RG3's type of mobility. He can't really throw, so they're not going to make dangerous throws. But I think he can make a good game plan. I think he knows he needs to pound the rock. He had Marshawn Lynch, now you get Alfred Morris, which is a little bit of a downgrade. But you still have someone that can pound the rock 30 to 40 times a game. And, just don't throw your quarterback under pressure too much. Just have him make safe throws. Obviously he's not Russell Wilson, so don't bomb it a lot. But you have receivers that can make the plays underneath or over the top. All right, guys, those are some of the head coaching positions I think will get filled. Keep watching, like, subscribe, get me famous. Thank you guys so much. Just spread the word.